right now, as we speak, the tropics are firing up, and they are going to be very intense over the next coming days. Stay tuned to the video. Alright guys, so what you're seeing right now, this is currently Tropical Storm Franklin on the infrared satellite from the GOES 16 satellite. You can again see this out here, definitely some high tops on this that we can notice from the uh, high tops, high cloud bases that we can notice from this bubbling center core of the tropical system. You can see with that white and that pink showing up, that's insanely high cloud tops. But again, not only do we have this out there, not only do we have Franklin out there, we have a few other tropical systems moving it around out here. So this right here, this track you're seeing, this cone of uncertainty, as some people like to call it, because it's not always 100%, but it shows Franklin going out to sea and at max strength, becoming a Category 2 hurricane as of now. Again, this could strengthen and even maybe curve and impact some portion of the coast somewhere. Again, highly doubtful, but it is definitely possible. We could take a look at the forecast. I'm sorry, that's the wrong one. We can take a look at the forecast models for Franklin. So here's Franklin right now. This is the 12-0, and again, you can always keep up with the time above my head here in Eastern time. We'll just push this forward and watch as it strengthens. So as of latest update, Franklin was a tropical storm with winds of 60 miles per hour and gusts of 70 miles per hour and a minimum sea level pressure of 998 millibars. So again, that is tropical storm status. Right now, again, it's just a fish storm. It is bringing some rain, though, some heavy rain down in this area, so flooding's definitely possible down there. But again, let's just look at the models and see what this model's saying. So this model has it becoming a hurricane. Actually, this model shows it veering off a little bit to the right, a little bit to the east of what the cone's currently path. This is the cone's current path up this way, and this is where this model's wanting to take it. So again, we'll just have to watch. Again, this is just a composite of a bunch of different models put in. But we can just watch this as it becomes Category 1 hurricane, and eventually Category 2. Right here is about 5 p.m. on the 27th. We can see it's going to be around Cat 2 status with winds of 110 miles per hour and 130 mile per hour gusts. So pretty significant storm there. If this was impacting land, I would not want to be in the path of it. But again, like I said, right now it's just going to be a fish storm, but I'll update you guys over on X or Twitter, whatever you guys calling it, at JoeyChrisWX. You can follow me there at the link in the description. If this does change and somehow curves off and impacts land, you will know from me and Team Bolt first. So follow Team Bolt WX and me on Twitter, and me at JoeyChrisWX. Now, let's take a look at the main area of interest that I'm personally watching. Down here in the Gulf of Mexico. Again, you have to just think, the waters out here in the Gulf are insanely hot. Record temperatures, bubbling warmth. I mean, to people out there swimming, the waters are perfect. But to hurricanes, well, for hurricanes as well, to the hurricanes, the water is perfect out here. So any tropical system that forms out here is going to rapidly intensify. And again, that's why the National Hurricane Center has highlighted an area of probability here in the Gulf of Mexico, just off the coast of Key West there. It's near Key West. So let's see what the National Hurricane Center has for this. A 10% 2-day chance of development and a 60% chance over the next week. We could possibly see this get even upgraded to a higher chance. But again, guys, stay up to date with your local National Weather Service and your local National Hurricane Center, or just National Hurricane Center. I think there's different offices, but at the moment, I can't really remember. Especially if you're on this coast, especially anywhere on the coasts, you need to pay attention to the tropics as they are firing up, with us getting closer to peak hurricane season in about mid-September. So real quick, we can take a look at the models here. Possibly. That's 91E. That's 92. Oh, again, we'll look at all these. Hold on, guys. I apologize. For some reason, they don't have an invest for that. But anyways, we'll at least look at the discussion. So here, the National Hurricane Center has, again, that 60% chance of development over the next week. They say that, again, this is from the northwestern Caribbean Sea. They state that a broad area of low pressure centered over central North America is forecast to move into southwestern Caribbean Sea by this weekend. Some gradual development of this system is possible thereafter into early next week, and a tropical depression could form while it moves slowly northward, entering the eastern Gulf of Mexico. So we'll have to go here to this model in order to see that. Against the 12Z GFS, again, time above my head right here in the eastern. So let's look at this. Okay, so here's this. Push it out a bit further. You see, I believe that's what they're calling our depression. Is that blob of energy right there. Again, it will probably hit parts of Florida, in my personal opinion, as a weak tropical depression, maybe even a storm. Nothing to go crazy about yet, but again, like I said, it is possible that this even intensifies even more. We just have to stay up to date with our National Hurricane Center, with National Weather Services, and listen to them and heed the warnings and get prepared nonetheless, as it is hurricane season. The further out we get, we can't trust these models that much. But if you just want an idea, again, this isn't for sure going to happen, but on the 10th or on the 9th of September, this could possibly be a tropical system. But again, like I said, this far out, we don't want to trust these models. Take this one very, very, very minimal. Take it what am I trying to say? Take it with a grain of salt, pretty much. Don't take this one to the bank. This right here on the 9th of September is kind of like, it could happen, but it's probably not going to. Like 90, 10. 90% chance it doesn't happen, 10% chance it does. So nothing to really go crazy about. Again, all these other storms out here are at least other areas of interest. These two out here and are two out in the Atlantic. They're just going to be fish storms. So other than Tropical Storm Franklin, eventually Category 2 Hurricane Franklin, moving up this way, and this storm in the Gulf of Mexico to worry about, we don't have really much in the way of tropics, or in the way of tropical weather. But now, on the other hand, again, our heat wave, our heat dome, is definitely impacting millions of people out there, with temperatures over 120 degrees in some areas. Now, again, that's the feels like temperature with the heat index. But now this is just the basic temperature without any of that added on. But we'll take a look at that very quickly. So, all right, here we go. We can see this is 11 a.m. today. So this was honestly 8 hours ago. But a bunch of hot air in this area, like we said, where our heat bubble is, of course, our heat dome, ring of fire, if you want to call it. But push it out here, you can just see never ending. Although, something that I do like to see here, on the 30th at 11 a.m., on the 30th when it's supposed to be very hot in most areas, you have this big dip of cold air here, coming down, be cooler for pretty much the whole state of Kentucky, the whole state of Illinois, whole state of Ohio, Michigan, West Virginia, Iowa. It's going to be cooler than what we're experiencing currently. But again, still on the backside of this, still that massive heat dome impacting millions of people. So we need to watch this. Again, really quickly, we'll take a look at one more thing with the temperatures. Alright guys, this is what I wanted to look at. This is the 6 to 10 day temperature outlook from the Climate Prediction Center. This is from August 30th to September 3rd. This came out earlier today. This was issued. You can see again still the much area of higher above average temperatures here in central United States, from North Dakota all the way down to Texas. So, but what I personally like to see, because it's also in my area, is up here in the Northeast and Mid Atlantic, we're going to get our below average temperatures. Now, again, when I say below average, it's not going to be cold, but again, it's going to be much cooler than what it is now. But what comes with that is less precipitation, sadly. As we can see here, still we're not going to have much precipitation, but it's going to be cooler. Still below average for still parts of Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Kentucky, Illinois. It's still going to be dry and hot in much of the central United States, but we're starting to cool down up here in the Northeast and Mid Atlantic, so that's good news for us over here. Again, guys, that's probably just going to do it for the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully this video helped you out, and don't forget to follow me over on X at JoeyChrista_WX, guys. See you later.